Surprise, motherfucker! What's up? This is your friendly neighborhood Venger Satanis. Um, what's going on today? It's raining. It's been raining all fucking day. Yeah. But that you didn't tune into this video for the weather report, I'd wager. So, I'm doing something which I haven't done in a long time. I've written an investigative horror scenario, involving the Cthulhu mythos. So it's basically a Call of Cthulhu scenario. I'm tweaking the rules to make it like an easy rules light d20 Call of Cthulhu, because this is what I want for Crimson Dragon Slayer as well, or Advanced Crimson Dragon Slayer. I just want the rules to kind of like fall away into the background for the most part, unless there's something cool that draws something out of the game or the experience, or forces the game master and players to be more immersive and allow the campaign setting, or I don't know, various cliches and tropes of like sword and sorcery and eldritch fantasy, to make those come alive and sort of jump off the page. So I like rules for that, but for the most part, I just want the rules to be easy, and you only have to explain it once, and they kind of fade in the background, and you don't have to worry about them constantly. And since everybody in the gaming group is familiar with D20 and OSR games like Crimson Dragon Slayer, yeah, I'm just making my own hack of Call of Cthulhu, which is essentially D20. It's very much like Crimson Dragon Slayer, except Call of Cthulhu, I guess. The scenario, yeah, it's like 95% written. Between now and Sunday when I run it, I want to try to get maybe a few more bells and whistles and like some little finishing touches done. But it takes place in 1929 in Chicago, and yeah, it's pretty. I think it's pretty good for not having done this in a long time. The last sort of mythos-y investigative horror scenario that I wrote was one of the trilogy of awesome, or Trinity of Awesome books, and I wrote something for the Outer Presence, which is kind of my take on that, but it's geared towards the 1970s, and it uses the VS-D6 system, which is in Alpha Blue, but I don't know, the gaming group, not everybody is familiar with that, and I don't know, like I said, I don't really want the rules or mechanics to get involved unless it's something that helps out the play experience, or brings the game, or the whatever simulated type of media to life. I want it to play like a 1920s, 1930s H.P. Lovecraft story. So whatever rules I have, I want those to like jump out and help facilitate that kind of group storytelling. Anyway, it should be a fun scenario, and if it works out, which I assume it will, eventually I'm going to probably publish it, and then maybe run it here and there, maybe at conventions, perhaps at VengerCon. But yeah, it makes sense that if I write a cool scenario that I run and everybody likes it, to self-publish it. I mean, I have a self-publishing company, so I don't know why it wouldn't. Yeah, so that's cool. It's a totally different vibe, as you may have guessed, from fantasy and like the whole like D&D type adventure, one shots, campaigns, all that stuff. Yeah, it takes, and that's one of the reasons that I've avoided it for so long, is because it kind of takes a different skill set. It's a different animal altogether. And if you're not in that zone, then you just kind of keep hitting a wall, coming up with things that would work well for something like D&D, but doesn't for, you know, an adventure or a gaming experience that's supposed to simulate the real world and not some fantasy world. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you guys like it when I release it. I think that's it. Before writing it, I tried to find videos, and I did a quick like Reddit search to see what people suggest for writing, because I knew it was a different experience than, you know, writing fantasy. And I got some advice, which I don't know, I didn't really follow. I didn't find anything red hot that was like, oh my god, yeah, this like is a game changer or whatever. So I just kind of tried to come up with, I don't know, a situation, like an incident, and then you come up with a backstory to what happened, and then you come up with the forward part of the adventure where this is what happens. This is what's going to happen if the investigators, the player characters, don't intervene. So, and I think after a couple days working on it, I've come up with something pretty good. So we'll see. It'd be nice to run something that's not Chult, because even though I love Chult, I've been doing that consistently for the past, now it's been 10 months. So this Sunday it's going to be kind of cool to, run something like Call of Cthulhu, but d20. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully another video in a day or two. So like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share. That's it.